Good morning, fifth grade online learners. Welcome back to, I believe it's week 3, and we're kind of back on a normal schedule. So I would like to say this evening, by the end of the day, you should have one journal entry done. Do not turn it in yet. Do not hit the turn in button on Monday. Tuesday, by the end of the day, one journal entry done. Same with Wednesday. And then on Thursday, you should have your last journal entry done and you can hit the turn in button. Okay? If for some reason you get ahead of yourself and all 4 journal entries are done, you can hit the turn in button. Do not turn it in until everything is done, because I think that's one of the problems we were having. I also talked to our tech support team, and they've checked out Google Classroom. Everything is working okay now. So if you type something, it will be there the next day. Okay? So we're not going to take any more of, I did this yesterday and it's not here today. That was a problem that we were having before. It's fixed now. So everybody, if you type something in, as long as you don't turn it in, the very next time you go into that document, whatever you did on Monday will be there on Tuesday. Whatever you did on Tuesday will be there on Wednesday. And we will do these journal entries in school. If you're absent, do them at home. But what you don't want to have is on Thursday you have 4 things to do. And even that shouldn't take you that long. Because you read the website, tell me what it's about. The other thing I want to try to get away from is copying and pasting. I mentioned this before. I said it was okay to put quotes around something and then tell me how you feel about it. Or you write, in my opinion. I have somebody in one of the classes that says, in my opinion, then they copy and paste the whole paragraph. It's not your opinion. It's the author of the website's opinion. So let's try to get away from copying and pasting, because I'm getting maybe one sentence out of you guys, and then I look at the website and the whole paragraph's there in your journal reflection. It's not that hard to, in 3 sentences, tell me what the website's about. You should not have any need to copy and paste. Any questions about that? Good. There will be a quiz on Thursday, in class or when you're at home. Okay, so let's try to get those quizzes done, because Friday morning I check everything. And last Friday it went into the afternoon, and I barely got done. So it takes a long time to read 6 classes and all the journal entries. So I like doing it though. It's good to see what you guys think of the websites, and you can always use your own website. If you look at the website and maybe it looks too much like the previous days, or you found a better website, use that one. You can also summarize a page in your book. Just say, I didn't use the website, I used page A14. Okay, so this week we're learning about single-celled organisms. We learned about cells last week, and we're going to talk about single-celled organisms. Some of the vocabulary for this lesson are the words cilia, diffusion, flagellum, and osmosis. So those are words you probably never heard before, and that's okay. They're not quite as confusing as last week. There were some really big words last week, and there were a lot of them. This week there's only 4 vocabulary words. You will see them on the quiz. And remember, that study guide is your guide for the quiz. So if you study the study guide, you won't even have to refer back to it. If you look at it 2 or 3 times and you read these pages, you'll do good on the quiz. I do have some people not doing good on the quiz. The only conclusion I can come to is they're not looking at their study guides, or they're not reading the lesson. So this is page A14. I'm going to read this and see if you guys have any thoughts. When I read this, I want you guys to think, okay, I'm going to do a 3-sentence summary. What would I say in this? All living things have the same basic needs. They need to take in food and get rid of wastes. They need to digest nutrients so they can use and store energy. They also need to grow and reproduce. Single-celled organisms carry out all of their life processes within one cell. Most single-celled organisms can only be seen with the aid of a microscope. For this reason, they are also known as microorganisms. Bacteria, amoebas, and paramecia are examples. The photograph on page A14 below shows a diatom, which is also made of one cell. The cell is housed inside a shell that it makes. Diatoms are classified as protists, a large and diverse group. Diatoms are an important food source for fish, whales, and other organisms that live in water. So imagine this huge whale in the ocean. You would think to give that whale enough energy to live and survive and swim, he would eat large things. Large whales, most of them eat very small things. They just eat billions of them. They just swim along with their mouth open and they eat these things living in the water. They're not eating other large fish, unless maybe you're a killer whale. When diatoms die, their shells do not break down. Instead, they eventually form a soft, chalky material. Deposits of this material are found all over the world. They are used as insulating products, cleaning products, and explosives. Much of the Earth's petroleum came from diatoms. Diatoms live in fresh and salty water, so they can live in a river, a lake, or an ocean. Their shells are made of silica, which is like glass. Some diatoms may live together in a group called a colony. Okay, so that's not a website, that's a page from our book. Can anyone tell me 1, 2, or maybe 3 sentences of what I just read to you? What stood out to you guys? Caroline?
That whales don't eat big fish, and like they eat very small things, and they eat billions of them.
Yes, whales, you would think for as big as they are, they're eating big fish in the ocean. Many of them don't. Many of them live off very small creatures. Any other thoughts?
I have a
Addison.
question.
Sure.
Would whales eat people?
Yes.
Well, a killer whale would. Like,
How about a regular whale?
what's a regular whale? If they ate a person, it would probably be by accident. They're not looking to eat people. They don't even want anything that big. So if they were swimming along and you were in the way, you might end up being eaten by a whale, but it would not be on purpose. They're not looking to eat you.
Okay.
What
Yes.
about beluga whales?
I don't know a whole lot about beluga
They're
whales.
cute though.
They are cute.
They look like big pills that are like lobsters.
Okay. Ava.
The thing, and it was like a whale hunter got eaten, and then his teammates like found a whale, and they cut him open and he was inside of it.
They found somebody inside the whale.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, it'll be an accident. Even we learn about sharks. People think sharks are after humans. They're not. Often you look like something else, and they just want to take a bite to see, do I like this, what I'm ready to eat, and often they will not eat a person, but the bite is enough to have bad consequences.
What about alligators?
What about alligators?
They like to eat people, right?
No. No. People are not really on the diet of too many animals. It's just maybe if they're scared and they're trying to protect themselves or protect their babies, then maybe. Caroline, less comment, and then we can talk more after the video. Go ahead, Caroline.
Me and my cousins were down in Florida a couple of years ago, and we went to go swim with the dolphins and stuff, and the dolphin slapped my cousin in the face with his tail.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not too sure if I would swim with dolphins. They have a friendly reputation, but I think they could be dangerous also. Anyway, what I'm very happy about though is we read a page about single-celled organisms, and within that page we found something interesting. We kind of went off on a topic of sea life. So that's what these lessons should do for you. They should create interest in one thing. And from that, you never know, you may develop a passion for that one thing in science. All right, but it's more about single-celled organisms that whales and other fish would eat. Okay? We will continue this discussion tomorrow. Please please make sure you do one journal entry, 3 to 5 sentences. Avoid the copy and paste. You know, give me your own words. If you talk about whales for 3 sentences, that's fine. That's what you got from that page. That's all we're looking for. Develop an interest in something in science. All right, everybody say goodbye to our online learners. Bye-bye. Online learners, we will greet you individually on Thursdays instead of every day. So look for an individual greeting on Thursdays. See you tomorrow.